Hello everyone, this is Marcia from One Scrap at a Time, and I'm back today with another YouTube scrapbook process video for you for JustNick Studios. So today I am doing a layout for Thanksgiving. So the title of this one is So Very Blessed, and this is my niece and her family. They're just adorable. So I took some pictures for them this fall. And this is one of my favorite shots that I took. So I'm splattering some ink on a background piece of cardstock here. I'm using some Heidi Swap Color Shine in Blush Seafoam, and then a Mr. Huey's Water Cooler, which is a little bit darker of a bluish green. And so these went really well with Maggie Holmes' newest collection, Carousel. And so that's what I decided to use for this layout today. So I'm putting some foam on the back of my photo here to give it some support and pop it up from my background. And I like to use the excess cardstock packaging on the back also to stabilize it. So I'm just flinging a little bit more ink down on the paper. I wanted some more of the darker blue from the Mr. Huey's to show up on there. It just adds a little bit to the die cut to see a little bit of color underneath, and I like that. So I'm just going to very quickly glue the cloud background on to my cardstock. I want to do some stitching on here, so I'm not going to worry too much about gluing the whole thing down firmly. So once I have this glued down, I'm going to go away and do some machine stitching for a while, and then I'll come back. Alright, I'm back. I did some machine stitching on the bottom of the clouds. It's just incredibly hard to see it on that busy pattern paper. So maybe in the close-ups you'll be able to see it. I also cut a title for my layout, So Very Blessed, from the JustNick Studios Card Sentiments 3 cut file. And I like it up there on the top of the photo, up in the clouds. So I'm going to play around with some of the stickers and die-cut ephemera pieces and just play around and see if I can add a little bit to this. But because I know I want my title up there on the top, on top of the clouds, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. The glue bottle that I'm using is a fine line glue bottle that I got on Amazon, and I just love it for detailed gluing. It's so easy to adhere without making a mess. So I'm looking for something to put down to form a cluster in the lower right hand corner of my photo, and I was thinking a flower would look nice there. So I have this chipboard flower that I got from the collection, and adding it down here to the layout. I'm going to go ahead and glue on this strip of striped pattern paper down here in the bottom, and play around with some more of the ephemera pieces, the die cuts. Some of them I didn't really want to use the ones that were with the little animals. They're not at the zoo. We're out in a park, and I didn't want to give the impression that this photo was taken at a zoo, so I was hesitant to use those, although they would have been very cute on here. But I thought I would use them for some other photos. The negative clouds that I had cut out from the cloud tube background I had saved because I thought they would be cute to use later on too. I didn't want to throw them away. And one of them I thought would be really cute on top of the photo to keep the cloud repetition pattern going. So this heart die cut says filled with joy, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to use it up by the cloud or down in the lower right hand, and I decided to opt for that. I didn't want to distract from my 3 clusters that I was wanting to create. So the title, and then the flower and the cluster there by the photo, and then something down there at the bottom I thought would be better for my 3 clusters. So I want to add some floss behind my flare piece there. So I'm playing around just knotting this up, and then I'll put it behind the photo in the flare. The flare that I'm using today is from Pretty Little Studio, and I just thought it was so cute. This little fox, and then there was a butterfly piece I was playing around with, and one that says "Loving This." And the colors were perfect for the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, and worked well for outdoor photos too. So I thought this cute little fox would be perfect. So I'm adhering things down. I like to use glue dots to adhere my flare down, so I'm digging out my glue dots and putting them down. Adhering my cloud down. Putting some foam backing in some places behind the cloud so it won't get mushed down. So I dug out some acrylic pieces from We Are Memory Keepers. They were left over from a click kit that I had, and I thought that they would go really well with this layout as well. So I had some that had XOXO and other fun shapes. There's numbers on here too, but they weren't really appropriate either for me. I thought the right side of my photo was a little bare, so I had this stem left over from a previous layout, and I thought just sticking that little stem in there would add what I needed to fill it out. And then I'm going to go through and glue on some stars. These were from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, and I thought the gold stars would help pull the gold from the gold numbers at the bottom of the layout. I also added this awesome bow from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection. These bows are just beautiful. I love the striped fabric. They're just so eye-catching. And so I added a bow down there in my bottom cluster underneath the photo. And I'm trying to pull in some more blue. So I pulled out some Bella Boulevard blue hearts, and I'm adding just a few hearts on here too to bring out the darker blue color. And then some seafoam enamel dots as well. And I'm just going to scatter these around in various places. I'm coming to the end of my video today. I want to thank you for stopping by and let you know that JustNick Studios is having a Black Friday sale, and all of their digital cut files are 50% off. Bye bye now.